All right, fellas. Good morning, man. It's rant time. Yesterday was another nice night in the NBA. Lately, again, I've been on the theme when it comes down to the theme of declining ratings with the NBA. I've been on the theme where it's really easy to not go out of your way to watch these games anymore. These games are pretty much boring. I mean, outside of my Knicks, I'm not really that invested in any game. I'm not really invested in these games. And again, there's some things, I'm going to start off by bringing the smoke to Draymond Green because he epitomizes some of the things he do and the way he says, things he says, epitomize what's wrong with the modern NBA. And like last night, again, I get his little shtick, which is kind of weird. It really is weird that, that's what goes on. It's weird. His shtick is weird that what he does is troll the Knicks while still playing. And see, there's a reason why he can do it. Like, when I'm one of these old heads that say, if Charles Oakley and Anthony Mason, God rest the dead, and those boys of the 90s, those goons of the 90s, guys like Draymond Green, and I get this. Draymond Green is this era's supposed tough guy, right? He's a supposed tough guy who puts guys like Rudy Gobert in chokeholds and stuff like that. And only I've seen Russell Westbrook get in his face. I've seen Ron Artest, Metta World Peace, step to him. He ain't want none. I've seen guys like Isaiah Stewart. The real tough guys, the guys that don't gotta announce their toughness. Metta never really announced it. Metta just carried himself like Metta. Oakman was a guy that's gonna beat your ass. I mean, he probably whipped 99% of the league back when he played in a fair fight. Mace was a dude you just didn't want to fuck with. We had other guys. We had other enforcers in the league. And in this day and age, Draymond is what qualifies for an enforcer. And like I said, if he played in a real era with real tough guys, he would be like a prison bitch. Excuse my language, but he'd be like the prison bitch, or the guy in prison that wants to talk tough, act tough, and meanwhile the real OGs put him in check. And that's the thing. There's no real OGs to put him in check. So again, you come on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, and you tweet about Karl Anthony Towns flexing in a game that doesn't matter. And see, this is the problem with today's NBA. Now look, respectfully, Draymond, you're a 4-time champion. You're a role player on that 4-time champion, the four-time champion. But fuck you. I'm gonna just call it out. Fuck you and your 4 rings. Because in my book, they don't mean shit. You guys, we don't even believe you compete anymore. Because you say shit like this. A game that doesn't matter. Now this is the thing, right? Everybody knows from the history of time that Madison Square Garden is the place where players miraculously recover from an injury that they've been sitting out for a couple of weeks or, I've never seen a guy come out there with a broken leg or anything, but when guys have been injured, they manage to find a way to play that game in MSG. So first of all, brother, every game in MSG matters. Every game. Now you sitting here coming up with some Morpheus nonsense about what it's telling Karl Anthony Towns, a player who is way better than you. I guarantee you at any point in the last 15 years, if the Minnesota Timberwolves, well, he's been in the league for 10 years, you've been in the league about a couple of years longer. At any point, if the Minnesota Timberwolves are stupid enough to take the trade, you for Karl Anthony Towns, they would have took Karl Anthony Towns. Now, trust me, I've been a guy who's been a critic of Karl Anthony Towns and his toughness in the past. But realize this guy's playing with a severely sprained and a bone chip. A bone chip in his thumb and severely sprained. And it's clearly affecting the shot because the guy was shooting 50% from three. I don't know if you know this, Draymond, something you could never do. The guy can do, he's second in the league in rebounds. Fighting off of a bevy of injuries. Second in the league in rebounds. So guess what? I can, on my team, playing for my coach, who, again, I'll get into the whole Tibbs run people into the ground later because I didn't like that on ESPN. Basically, all y'all had to say about Tibbs and the coaching job is he runs play in the ground. A guy like Richard Jefferson, who probably played 38, 40 minutes in his playing career, all of a sudden, now playing 38 minutes a game is a fucking issue. Yeah, I'm cursing on this one. I can't question his toughness. I can't question the fact that the kid comes out there and he's playing at an MVP level. And you're going to tell me how, first of all, get off a Jokic stick. Get off a Jokic stick. Because I know Jokic will probably knock your ass out too if you said something slick to him. Draymond. Problem is, you're not worth it to be suspended for 10 fucking games. Like you do. Like you get all the time. See, again, these guys who steal money want to tell you that the game don't matter. What I'm watching don't matter, so what the hell should I watch? This is the problem with the NBA. This is the problem with the NBA. Like, you're going to turn off. I'm a diehard NBA. I'm a diehard basketball fan. And honestly, frankly, I've seen better basketball played at other levels in other countries and shit like that. Not better talent, but better basketball. Better basketball. It's been played elsewhere. So again, yeah, you guys are the most talented players in the world, but you're not playing a good brand of basketball. I want to see basketball. I don't just want to see stars. I don't want to see 3-point shootout. I want to see it matter. I mean, you guys can pull up from three because it's fucking shooting practice now. You can't properly contest the 3-point shot anymore. You can't do it. Now I get the landing space situation. I get that how you don't want guys having ankle injuries left and right. I get that part. There's got to be some safety element to it. But the fact that they call an honest closeout now, a lot of honest closeout where it just so happens you land in a guy's space, you're not doing it purposely. The fact that they can call out a flagrant 2 and kick you out of the game, well, a lot of guys are now just going to get wide open threes. Just pull up from wherever you want. That wasn't the game before. So, again, respectfully, Draymond, we don't respect you when you say things like this. I don't care about your rings because I guarantee you, if Karl Anthony Towns was there in Golden State instead of you, it just so happened that Wiggins was the other guy in that twosome. Back-to-back number one picks. They wound up, even though Minnesota didn't make the number one pick, they traded their franchise player to get Wiggins, who was the number one pick. And then the next year, Karl Anthony Towns, the 2015 draft, became the number one pick. If he winds up in Golden State instead of you, if they would have took, let's just say Minnesota would have took Towns and sent you and D'Lo to Minnesota, they would have probably won a couple of more championships. I'm just saying. And this is me being a Karl Anthony Towns critic. But Karl Anthony Towns is uber talented. So, again, for you to sit there and say, I guarantee you it mattered to the Nuggets. The Nuggets didn't want to lose 3 games in a row. The Nuggets tried to win last night's game. The Knicks are a better team. The Knicks, again, any MVP candidate or MVP level player worth his salt is going to want to get a little measure of revenge against a team that came into their house and dropped 145 like the Knicks did early in the season. So again, you and Shaq You guys who you wanna come with this arrogant, it's all about the championship. Well, listen, the championship can't be won until the championship is won in June. Right now it's about the journey of getting through the season. Right now it's about sending a message with the Knicks on a 5-game winning streak that, hey, we can't beat good teams. We not only can we beat good teams, we can blow good teams out. I expected the Knicks to blow the team out, but we honestly, for us, we acted like the game was in the bag for the middle 20 minutes of the game. The middle 20, from basically the 9-minute mark, the 3-minute mark of the first quarter to about mid-third quarter when Denver had that lead. And then the Knicks just went to work. The Knicks just went to work, proving they're a better team. Karl-Anthony Towns didn't even have a dominant game yesterday. He went 14-10 with 5 assists. But he made the plays down the stretch that mattered. He got Jokic out of the game in foul trouble within 2 minutes. I'm sorry, brother. Back in the day, you reveled at a chance to play one of the best at your position in a game that mattered. Because I don't buy this. These games don't matter nonsense. That's the part that just pisses me off. Because this only started in the 2010s. You would never hear Kobe, God rest his soul, say a game doesn't matter. A game that I'm getting paid for. You know, even preseason is just it's scrimmage just to work it out. Work off the rust. Okay, we don't care about those games. We're just trying to work the playbook, work off the rust of not playing all summer in a competitive game. But once the season starts, these games matter, especially when you're seeing an elite player at your position. You're seeing a guy that's going to start, if we had a real all-star game, you're going to start against me next, the Sunday after the Super Bowl. This is what I'm telling you, man. This is what I just don't get about this current generation. It's a generation. I mean, again, I'm not an NBA player. Who am I to call out a 4-time champion, right? Former defensive player of the year, multiple-time All-Star, right? I can respect you in that matter, Draymond, but I can't respect your mindset. Because, here's the problem. When the Golden State Warriors see the Knicks, and if we win by 60, because we beat you by 50 a couple of years ago, I remember that game. Jericho Sims was going off. Okay? We beat you by 50 in San Francisco. This was December a couple of years ago. We beat the snot out of you. But you know what? Don't matter. Because we'll just save it for the playoffs. That bullshit. First of all, your team, you better hope y'all don't even... You've been in a play-in 2 years, Draymond. Y'all been in a play-in. Y'all are far from contenders, and we are a contender. We're fighting to be contenders. This idea that you guys are going to make a trade, and that was a good win last night against OKC. I thought OKC was going to beat the brakes off you. Maybe they thought this game didn't matter. Maybe that's what it was. But y'all needed that game. Y'all needed that game desperately. I don't even know if you played. The game was watching me. The game was watching me. I was kind of looking at a few things. I didn't even know that SGA dropped 52. But this idea that y'all saying games don't matter, bro, I don't get with it, bro. I don't get y'all generation at all. I don't get this generation of players. I don't get it.